Well, is it official? Has Triple H officially shit the bed? Last night, Austin Theory cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on Seth Freakin Rollins and lost. Can anybody explain to me why? I mean, I watched the match and Seth had got beat by Lashley and is laid out. Theory rolls him in the ring, hits a pretty massive forearm punch. Seth kicks out. Okay. Then he goes for that cloverleaf suplex thing he does. Seth kicks out again. They go on to have a match. It's not a full 20-minute, 30-minute match, but they go on to have a wrestling match. After Seth gets pulverized by Lashley, gets laid out, got put through a table, then Theory comes out, hits a couple big moves, and Seth is still kicking out, and then they go to have a match. Then Theory is able to get his finisher on Seth, A-Town down. Oh, that's right, Lashley's going to pull him out. So I pulled the ref out. Then he's going to proceed to whip the shit out of Theory. Then the ref is going to get up, start a 10 count. Theory is going to get in at 9. And then Seth stomps him, 1, 2, 3, the match is over. You know, Jim Cornette, he said this on his podcast, that he thinks that Theory is being punished. And I'm starting to think that he's right. How do you go from being the youngest Money in the Bank winner, you're in a top spot, you were United States champion, he lost it at SummerSlam, and now he's losing the Money in the Bank contract? He didn't even cash it in on the Universal Championship or the WWE Championship. He decided to cash it in on the United States Championship. Is that a bigger problem because Roman isn't there? I mean, that's not Roman's fault. That I know of. I don't know if he negotiated to have this time off and to make himself champion. But you're telling me that you beat this kid since SummerSlam, since Vince has left. You beat this kid week in, week out. He doesn't do anything. He hasn't been doing anything. He's been teaming with the Alpha Academy, but losing, even though I think that he's putting on some good matches. At least his work is good. It's not his fault if the story doesn't match his work. But you're telling me last night you wanted him to cash in on Seth after Seth gets beaten half to shit, have them then have a slight wrestling match, and then him go out 1, 2, 3. I think that this is the worst Money in the Bank cash. And don't get me wrong, they still have plenty of opportunity. I mean, it's not like next week on Monday that maybe it's, Theory is coming in and talking to Triple H and trying to get the briefcase back and say, hey, I got interfered. We don't know the story. We don't know what's going to happen. But I can tell you the perception right now I personally don't think it's very good. That you have Theory who, I thought they were just beating Theory just so that way you would forget who he was. And then when he went to go cash in, it would be like, oh, fuck, dude. That's right. Theory has the briefcase. You get the same thing. They were going to try to pull another Seth Money in the Bank cash in like he did at WrestleMania. It was going to be where whoever defeats Roman gets the titles, huge fireworks, and then here comes this lame brain piece of shit coming out, cashing in, takes a glory away. I mean, that would definitely have people talking the next day, would have the heat, and not only that, but nobody said Theory had to be champion for fucking 8 months. It could have just been get the fucking briefcase out, have people talking about you guys. But man, I would have loved to know how they sold this to him. Like, hey kid, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have you cash in, make you look like a fucking nut. Basically made him look like a nutless monkey last night. Made him look like shit. Seth, who got his ass beat by Bobby Lashley, then receives 3 devastating moves by Theory, but still is able to get the win. And not only that, but just for story's sake, like, why have him get laid out by Lashley, who hit him into the ring post 2 or 3 times, fucked him up, and then he beats the 9 count. And by the way, when I say he beats the 9 count, he literally gets up, gets into position. There is no he rolls in, he's struggling to get up. No, he rolls in, gets in the position for the stomp, and then receives the stomp. 1, 2, 3. I'm scratching my head here because, like I said, there's so many other things they could have done. And none of us know the outcome unless somebody does and no one's talking about it right now. The outcome of this, I don't know. I think maybe the damage is done. I mean, people were cheering this last night. There were people in the front row who were cheering this. So there were people who, and when Seth got up to fight, people cheered. People cheered for this. People were some people were entertained by this. Other people that were in the crowd were kind of like me, just kind of scratching your head saying, what the fuck is going on? I mean, like I said, we don't know what's going to happen come next Monday, but as of right now, God, it has to suck to be Austin Theory today.